Hi everyone, welcome again to another video clip going through my weekly lesson. So this week, as you know, it's all about doors open days, and this is a phenomenon that we have here in the UK to throw open or to fling open doors to allow us access to places that we can't usually celebrate. So we've been going through this. We're more than halfway through it, so I think we're approaching the end. So we just have to do this end part, okay? So I was half expecting, when you half expect something, it means that you don't completely expect it. You only expect it a little bit, and we often use it to create humor. Oh, I was half expecting, Satan to appear, for example. Yeah. And if I come and steal your television today, or if you're sitting watching TV, you can say, "Oh, I was watching TV today, and I was half expecting Teacher Joseph to appear and to lift my TV and walk away with it. I was half expecting." So we usually use this in some humorous way, but you can use it in a literal way as well. Oh, I was half expecting my mother to come today, but doesn't look like she will. So I was half expecting two security guards employed solely to guard the bracelet. The bracelet is that thing you wear around your wrist, that chunk of gold. Not so fashionable now, but yeah, they used to be, to emerge from the darkened corners because that chunk of gold looked expensive. This guide clearly didn't come from my side of town. Yes. So, we often use this um, when we are talking about some people being rich, some people being poor. We sometimes say, "Oh, they're a bit better dressed than I am. They're obviously not from my side of town." Oh, and I've just noticed as well that I'm using the same color as yesterday, red. Well, it doesn't matter. So yes, this tour guide in this particular place, clearly didn't come from my side of town. She looked a little bit more affluent or wealthy than the rest of us. I toured the church. Well, you know the word tour. If you go on a tour, a holiday, you can take a tour. When you're shown around the place, you're touring it. So I toured the church. It was nice and had all the charm of a prison. To have all the charm of something, we met that phrase last week, and it simply means that it reminds you of that particular thing. If you have all the charm of something, it means you have all the qualities of a particular place. It even had bars in the windows. Then, of course, I followed the signs to their top attraction, the Victorian toilet, which had its own security guard to remind us that it's for display only, which means, of course, that you can't use it. I don't quite know what to say about it. I mean, it really was a toilet made of marble. Slotting into politeness and small talk mode. Just when you slot into something, you basically change your behavior. So if I suddenly become polite, suddenly begin using small talk, I slot into that thing. And slot comes from the old days when we had mechanical things with holes in them. You would put them together. Like, for example, if you use a payphone, you put money in it, or at least you used to, and the part that you inserted the coins is referred to as a slot, and you slot money into it. In the amusement arcade, or if you go to the bar, they sometimes have a jackpot machine. You put your money in, you press the buttons, and the three cherries appear or the three lemons, and you win something. Okay, those machines are generally referred to as jackpot machines or slot machines because you slot your money in and you hear it dropping into the machine. We don't see many of those these days. Speaking about Sarah Ferguson, yeah, there's a particular hairstyle here called the Fergie bow hairstyle. A bow is what you tie your hair up with. The Fergie bow is those big floppy bows, a type of hairstyle tied back in a piece of usually linen cloth or decorative feature. Yeah, I saw a woman yesterday wearing one of those. A bit dated, but yeah, interesting. Yeah, so Sarah Ferguson, we call her Fergie. Nothing to do with football, okay. I know there's Alec Ferguson, isn't there? But this is a different Fergie. She was around long before Alec Ferguson became famous. Oh well, I have to dash. It's been lovely, I chirped, backing away towards okay, this should be the door. Yeah, I've already corrected that on the system. I was grateful for the experience, but the British eccentricity was overpowering. Oh yeah, and so was the general discomfort. So if something's overpowering, it means it's too much for you. You have to leave. If the heat is overpowering, the noise is overpowering, then you leave. As these old buildings find other uses and are converted into gyms, bars, nightclubs, and even IKEA shops, I wonder how much longer the sense of the sacred, that just means the atmosphere of the church, because we are talking about churches here, will be preserved, and whether these doors open days will be a thing of the past. Until then, they remain stark reminders. So a stark reminder is a strong reminder, something obvious. Um, Okay, our state-sponsored Christian churches, like the Church of England, along with the military and Parliament, represent something eccentrically and uniquely British. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, I think it just wants me to remove the space here, doesn't it? Yeah. Three sides of the same triangle. It's hard to imagine a trinity with one bit missing. A country with only military and parliament sounds more like some kind of South American dictatorship. Change is coming, but what that looks like, nobody knows. So, yeah, I think the church does bring a softening idea to our politics because the bishops in the church, the leaders, they're all members of our parliament houses. I think the upper parliament, it has bishops from the church in there. So that just gives you an idea how much they're needed because they will vote on ethical issues, things which they like the protection of life, for example, unity of the family, all this kind of thing. It's debatable whether they actually serve any real purpose, but they do bring a nice softening idea to Parliament's rules, at least. All right, that's it from me for now. Again, we're up to 8 minutes. These things are getting longer, so we'll leave out the motivation. But I do want you to just think about what's motivating you today. And tomorrow we'll go through some accent reduction around this essay as well. That's it from me. Catch you all soon. Bye.